What's going on, boys and girls from across the world? It's your man, Mikey Budd, coming at you with your How To Tuesday, and today we're going to learn how to properly squat. Now, even though this is a simple exercise, there is a lot of complexity to it, and it's not going to work the same for everybody because, as I always mention, every body is built differently. But this is just a basic rundown to get you into the right direction. You want to stand with your feet about hips distance, toes slightly pointed out, and you almost want to imagine your upper body in a cast as you go up and down. So there's one vertical line from top to bottom, especially if you're using that barbell. You don't want that barbell, for example, to swing down and when you come up. So we don't want to squat like so because we already know, back is not going to like that. So think about almost there being a seat behind you, and this is a great way to practice as well too, whether it's a seat, a box, but you almost want to shift the hips behind you and see how the bar hasn't moved at all. I tap that seat and then I come back up. Now, the next thing I want to point out here is the way you're coming up. Think about your chest and your hips connected. Don't do one right after the other, because what I used to do when I was, first learning weightlifting is I would press as much as I can and see that lean forward. My hips would be working. I get those, and then the chest second. You obviously saw that the barbell did not stay in the same place. So again, we want to think one powerful movement simultaneously, hips and chest, like you're expanding both out, getting down and up. Now, the next thing to talk about is your ankle dorsiflexion, because sometimes when you see people going super low, not only is that their anatomical build in the hips, but it also lies in how much flexibility they have in their ankles. If you can get down to a deep squat like so without letting your heels come up, that's good dorsiflexion in your ankles. Now, not everybody's going to have that. When you start to go down and those heels come up, that's your indicator that you are going too low, that you've already found your limit. Now, there's nothing in the rule book that says you can't work your way up to that. That's one of the best things about yoga and other practices where you are, given opportunities to stretch and get more mobility into your, or I should say more range of motion into your joints. So, biggest things to take away from this, again, correct foot placement. And again, everyone's going to be different. Some people like to point their toes way out. Some people like to have them point slightly in. Some people even go with the feet facing forward. And that's where you should check out our other video on hips anatomy, because this will give you a good indicator on how you should be squatting. But again, we just want to maintain vertical line, chest and hips. Come down one line, chest and hips. The last thing I will point out, because I just noticed that as I was doing this, pay attention to your lumbar spine too. If you're noticing anything with that, like I don't know if you'll notice a movement, but if you do notice that you're kind of jerking a bit, be very careful with that, because you don't want that to suffer in the long run. So again, get as deep as your body will allow you for now. Come back straight up. Don't let the barbell move. You're golden. Friends, if you found this video helpful, give it a like, a comment, or share it with someone you love. I'll see you next Tuesday for the next how-to. Peace.